Hello. Yes, thank you for calling me in today. I did want to speak, and while it is a shock as you've just learned of my demise, it is okay. It is okay because I could help on the other side now, and I have been helping. I've been helping support all my fellow colleagues who also have had hunches and indications that things were not right. I have been able to, through dreams and mediumship, connected and always have been there for my friends and family and colleagues to help them. They knew something was wrong because I was telling them the truth. I was experiencing horrific things. While I was a comedian and tried to be giving you light-hearted entertainment to be able to lift up your spirits, to laugh. Laugh has always been an amazing medicine. Laughter has always been an instant natural vibration lifter. And so I was always trying to focus on bringing entertainment to you. And even though it was extraordinarily cheesy, it was still light-hearted, and it was important. It was so important to be able to laugh because it didn't seem like there was much laughter in the true world, especially the grisly one. When you start looking behind the scenes, when you start looking behind the sets, shall we say, and seeing what's really going on behind the closed doors. The industry that I was passionate about was very disappointing. It was heartbreaking because I believed in my art form. I believed in it with my uttermost integrity, and I couldn't continue. I couldn't continue being the actor because I didn't want to play any role anymore. I wanted to play the greatest role that I could, which was my honest truth and telling you all what was happening. And I couldn't get my message out. I tried. And I used my creativity in other ways to be able to paint and express the truth because I was desperate to get the truth out. And I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know who my friends were at some points because I felt like everyone was exposed and everyone was hiding these lies. And it was just maddening. And I know, and sometimes when I came and you saw me in interviews and on some stages that were smaller, not movies, I was acting strange because I was telling the truth and I was almost going mad trying to tell the truth. And I did get acknowledged. My handlers did take me out because they knew I was a loose cannon, because they knew my morals could not be bought. I'd already made enough money. I already didn't care what people thought of me. I didn't do any crimes against humanity because I just wasn't that guy. The real me isn't this big showy guy that needs to do stupid fucking shit to impress others. My heart and my mind was always in high integrity. And it just was beyond my comprehension to understand what had been happening and why. Oh my gosh, why that had been happening. It's like the worst horror movie you could ever comprehend. It is just too surreal to even fathom. And so the life that I did try to portray and to be able to touch you all and entertain you all and also educate you all. I'm happy to be able to do it here now from beyond the grave. And that is fine. That is all fine. From this perspective, it is all fine. And you can understand why when people have died and they look back and they go, whoa, how was that even possible? How could we not even see that? It's just, you don't miss your lives in that system. You don't. You miss your family, you miss your friends, of course. And then you think, oh my God, how can I help my family and friends? Because whoa, it's too much. So that's why a lot of us want to help. That's why a lot of us stay still connected to their family and friends, to encourage them, to support them, because it can be so dark. It can be so dark. Even if you have a good life, you know, it's almost set against your odds. The challenges that you have in your daily lives as an average person wanting to do good, it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. It's so beyond a joke. But the lessons you're learning, great. And for the people who still are honoring themselves, still trying to be the good person here, I mean, I want to take my hat off to you, but I don't have a hat. I just want to clap. I don't have arms. I just want to just applaud you and say you're doing such a fantastic job in this show. It is so hard. And yet you're still here and you're still listening and you're about to see the biggest show of all. And while you're going to see shock, and while you're going to feel the terror, know the bigger purpose here. No one likes to hear that they've been lied to. In your whole lives, you've been lied to. So you're allowed to feel every single emotion under the sun. Give it your best performance. Cry, laugh, be angry, be scared, do it all. Be your biggest performance to feel it all. This is totally fine. Own it. Perform your emotions and do not savor them. This is not the time to keep them packed up within you and bottled up for a rainy day. This is the rainy day. The storm has come. Humanity has now arrived all at the same time to see the truth. And it is glorious. Because lies have only enslaved you, and the truth will set you free. It always has been able to set you free. And this is why the truth has been hidden from you, because you have never been allowed to be free. And this is your opportunities. This is your connection to each other and to yourselves. You're allowed now to feel the feelings of injustice, to feel the feelings of why am I not being able to get ahead in this life? What's wrong with me? And I will tell you now, there is nothing been ever wrong with you. It's the systems. It is the systems that have been making you limited in your belief of yourselves. And it's such a crime in itself. So, I'm excited for you all. And I understand this may be overwhelming, but you have all learned from these sessions and from your own intuition. There is bigger information here. Using your discernment. You've got this. This is your showtime now. You can relax. There's no worries about money now. There's no worries about being poisoned now. There's no more worries about secrets anymore. The truth that you need to know that you can handle right now is going to be presented to you and the world. And that's going to be okay. And it's a massive leap for humanity. You can do anything together. Yes, I understand you will want to have your vindications with your friends and your family who you've also been trying to get the truth out. Be humble. Be considerate of their feelings. They're going to feel more humiliated than anything, more shocked than anything, more ill-prepared than anything. You are the rocks now. Release your feelings now about this. Release them and purge. Prepare yourselves to be the rocks for others. The reason why you're listening to these sessions and why you have been growing with these sessions is to be able to be your leader roles, to be the helpers for humanity, to be the light, to be able to be balanced, and to be able to have the bigger picture mindset. Embrace your fifth dimensional mindsets now. Engage with it now. Go with the flow with it now. Release any resistance you have with it now, because it no longer serves you, and you know that, and you trust that. And going with the flow is always going to be the better approach. So, trust. Everything is going to be going in your favor. Trust that people have wanted to not know about this until they know about this and have the visual proof. It's not a personal attack on you if they haven't been able to hear you and believe you beforehand. It is just not in their, it's not in their programming. They have been trained to resist any truth. So ironic. So remember what I've said. Remember that you're very much loved. And we can connect again. We can connect again on the new earth. And remember, every time you have a good laugh, I'm laughing along with you because it's all entertainment at this point. So just remember also, you're still alive and you try to get your truths out and you are safe. And no one needs to worry now about anyone else being killed for sharing the truth. Those days are numbered, those days are gone. So honor the fallen, honor all the men and women and beings who have tried to help humanity at this point, to get to this point, is bigger than you all can imagine. And so don't try and have pity parties for too long. Don't try and buy into the dramas of it too long. Own your feelings, brace your feelings, but definitely keep reminding yourself of the bigger picture to move forward here. It is very important for you to honor yourselves, but not get lost in the drama of it. Even though it's a great show. I would have loved to have been one of the presenters. I could have jazz hands my way all through that. And I would have loved it. And I wish that I could have got my message out more. But I feel like I've been able to do this well today. I feel so honored to be able to tell my full truth and share my feelings and thoughts with you. So thank you. Thank you very much. Well, yes, I always have a message for humanity because I always think and consider humanity very much. I always want to help humanity because I know that humanity is needing great help right now. And it's all being set on stage. It is all ready. All the work that has been put into this to get to humanity for this point has been extraordinary. And it's very exciting times to be able to get the show on the road, the truth to be exposed. And it will be shocking because so many people still think that the people who they can trust to be the good guys, absolutely, without a doubt, not going to be always that way. Remember that you do know that there are clones here. And so use your discernment and don't judge. You will have to ask each individual soul contract and higher self and subconscious of each individual person. Is this you that has done the crimes, or is this the clone that has done the crimes? It will not pay for you to start judging people for their crimes. And so that is very important. It will lower your vibration. And while you do not condone the crimes, and no one is expecting you to, for you to understand the peer pressure and the situations that they were put into and misguided, I mean, there's no excuse for it, but is it they've lost their lives already, the people who have done the greater crimes? You already know, and you've been told many times, that the souls of these children signed up for these contracts, and so this is an equal balance. But we had to do something quite dramatic and quite intensive to be able to shock humanity so much into snapping out of this. And so everything has had its purpose and has served its lessons. Yes, there have been some victims along the way, absolutely. But for the greater, bigger cause here, we can't lose sight of things. It's about awakening humanity out of this daze, out of this nearly mind control, but it's actually just very limited in life. You think you've got free will, and you do have free will, but it has been so heavily restricted in so many ways. You're peer pressuring each other to live and perform certain ways, and you're using your admiration of the celebrities and your leaders to give you guidance. You're adults, you don't actually need guidance. You have your moral compasses that you should have always been able to have worked through and pushed yourself through, navigated yourself through using that moral guidance. However, it was concealed from you and nearly punished from you using that when you were younger. And this is why the educational system was also about to collapse. I have said many times it's a marvelous experience you're having, because you're here for the show, you go to experience the show. And while a lot of people are not prepared for the show, that is totally fine. It is designed for people not to know. It is designed to be very gentle and soft and caring and nurturing, but very much formative, very much trustworthy. And only the true people who are going to the old earth will have big, strong reactions to it. They will buckle. They will not be able to proceed with the information, and that is fine. That is not your purpose to be able to shake them out of that, because it's actually their life contracts. And so you can respect them and keep yourselves from them if you can, while they're processing. And while you're processing, you can be as self-indulgent as you need to be able to process information and not get stuck in the emotions of it. The reason why the broadcast is so long is also because there's so much information content, because there's a tremendous amount. It has been heavily fine-tuned. It could have been months worth of content, to be quite frank with you, because so much has been going on. And so we will not bore you with the longest broadcast ever in history. It's not the real one of Days of Our Lives, shall we say, but goodness, it's very interesting that we brought that up. It is very interesting information that is going to be delivered through the broadcast, and it is very free-flowing. It is easy to understand. It is very palatable. It is very genuine. It is very raw and surreal at the same time. And it goes for so many days. It's allowing you to process and overcome all the feelings and emotions, and you have many emotions to process and go through. And when it's all finished, all said, all done, there will be this massive weight lifted off humanity, and excitement and the new, and the excitement of the new is going to be so abundant in feeling. It is going to be such a party, such a party. And for all the people who have known the truths, who have felt like those awkward freak friends who can't really be themselves amongst others, are suddenly going to be able to connect with people, to be able to share their understanding and processes of all the information. And so it's marvelous. Everyone's going to be helping each other with words and comfort, and you're all victims here. And so therefore you all want to support each other and grow from there, because it's all happened to all of you. No one's been going to be singled out. You're all connected to this. You're all impacted in this, and you will all grow through this. And that is going to connect you to the stranger on the street, the stranger anywhere. You're going to have this commonality that is going to bond you and strengthen you, and you are going to feel so supported and nurtured, and everyone's going to understand exactly what you're going through. It is going to be tremendous, the connection you have with your fellow man. It is going to be okay. So while we understand there is going to be some of the heavier feelings, embrace them as well, because there's growth there, tremendous growth. And don't be afraid that you'll get stuck in it, because it's just not possible. The energies in the world and in your environment and with each other are rising, and they're going to keep rising to lift you up. There are so many marvelous things that are happening, and we have been so excited to be able to share parts of them when it's been appropriate timing. It's the appropriate time for you to learn so much now, and to prepare, embrace yourself. Don't be hard on yourselves. Understand what's happening. Everything's going to be okay. We love you so much. And we're supporting you so much from this side. And we want you to just start feeling the excitement and the joy for your futures, especially when you're starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed. Don't be hard on yourselves. No more for that. Start enjoying yourselves. This is fun. This is the greatest show in the world. I say this with so much love, and we're proud of you. We're really proud of you.